Hey there, YouTube. Ghost Jake here with you today. How are you doing today? I'm doing quite well myself. I know it's been 11, 12 days since I last uploaded a video. That's my bad on that. I took a little bit of a break. Right, and I've also been, like watching stuff, that was on like Hulu or, Funimation or, Netflix or whatever stuff, shows that are not really old, but already aired, and there's not really any point of making any any reviews or recaps on those. But now we're here to talk about the Super Bowl 54. I don't usually do sports videos, but I figured I'd do one today because it's the Super Bowl, and I actually went and watched it with my cousin. So yeah, let's start the my thoughts on the Super Bowl 54. Now, in case you don't have TV or don't have internet or just haven't been or just didn't watch it. Super Bowl 54 was between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. And it turned out to be a really good game. And it was also Kansas City's first Super Bowl appearance at this point until, in 50 years. 50 years they were, in Super Bowl 4. That is a long time without making a Super Bowl. 50 years. But I'm sure there's some teams that haven't even made it. So now, as for the game, the game was actually really good. Both the quarterbacks played all right. Patrick Mahomes played pretty good. He had close to probably about, I don't really have the stats on me, but right now, but he had pretty close to like 300 yards passing. I think he had like 2 touchdowns and like 2 interceptions. And and Jimmy GAROPPOLO, I think he was he was pretty good too, but he was pretty good too. His stats was, I think he also threw 2 interceptions, but and I think he definitely had over 200 yards passing. Now the first quarter there wasn't very much scoring going on in the first quarter. There was a field goal by San Francisco and a touchdown by Kansas City, so they were leading. After the end of the first quarter, Kansas City was leading 7-10. Right, pretty good. Start there. And now I do have to admit I was wrong. This is like, I initially picked San Francisco to win this game. I initially picked them to win 31-24, and that didn't happen. Kansas City ended up winning this game. They won 31-20. But second quarter. Now back to where I was. I was at the end of the first quarter. The end of the first quarter was 7-3. Kansas City leading. They did a very good job scoring. I think they scored on like a 1 or 2 yard run, and that got him. And that got him. Ahead. And then Second quarter comes around, still not much scoring going on, just another field goal, another touchdown. But this time the field goal that Kansas City got the field goal and San Francisco got the touchdown. And when this and so heading into the halftime, the Super Bowl score was Kansas City 10, San Francisco 10. Pretty good, pretty good game. Really tight. The defenses played very well, in my opinion. Right? Like, initially I thought my score was going to be wrong because through the first half, and even like the first, a little bit of the third quarter, there wasn't very much offense going on. It was a defensively fought game. But, then in the third quarter, San Francisco scored a touchdown and a field goal because they were up. At that point, it was like 20. They were up by 10 at one point. It was like 20-10. I'm pretty sure Jimmy GAROPPOLO threw. I am butchering his last name. Threw a touchdown pass, and I think there's another run. Like, I didn't really think about taking notes or anything for the Super Bowl. This is just my thoughts on it, and my thoughts, they were a good game. It was a good game. Now, initially, while I was at my cousin's house, I was going to have my cousin in this video and his friend in there, and we were all just going to talk about the game all together, and that didn't really end up happening. All right, so things didn't really turn out how I wanted to in that aspect. So I was like, okay, if it's not going to happen, I'll just go home and do the video at home, right? But they got that. This scored, and then my cousin's friend, right? And apparently Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are undefeated when they are trailing by 10 or more points at halftime. And Kansas City pretty much stayed undefeated. That trend continues. Right? They got they started coming back in the game. They scored like Kansas City was the only team to score any points in the fourth quarter, and as a result, they scored like 21, 24 some points in the fourth quarter, and they ended up taking this game, their first Super Bowl win and appearance in 50 years. I think they won. I think they might have won Super Bowl IV. I can't really remember. I was kind of focused on the game and eating food, to be completely honest with you, not really listening to figure out if they actually won Super Bowl IV when they appeared in it. But my NFL knowledge is a little rusty. All right? And plus, since I don't have TV at my house, I haven't really, kept up with the NFL this season at all. So, but Sanford, Kansas City definitely prevailed. The game ended up being very Very good game, even though they won by 11 points, 31-20, Kansas City, right? And I thought I thought it was a very good game, very well played. As far as the officiating goes, I thought the officials did a pretty good job. Called the game pretty evenly. For the most part, for the most part. But though, you do have to say this though. My cousin pointed this out though. You do got to feel happy for Andy Reid though. He won I think he won his first Super Bowl today. So you do got to feel pretty happy for him, right? And it feels like he's been coaching in the NFL for a long time, Andy Reid. So, but yeah, I don't know who got the Super Bowl MVP or anything. If I had to guess, I'd probably say it was Patrick Mahomes or their running back, because their running back kind of sealed the deal when it was them 24. When it was 24-20, Kansas City winning. They got the ball and they, I think this was around 2-3 minutes left. Probably more closer to 3 minutes, and he had a 30-some yard run, maybe 40 yards, and scored the touchdown to pretty much put the game away for Kansas City. And he did an excellent job. So, but that win streak of undefeated win streak of being 10 points more down, they continued it. So Sam, they did a very good job. Both teams played a very well game. Even though I was wrong in my guess, I had San Francisco winning by a touchdown, like I said earlier, 31-24, and it turns out it was 31-20, Kansas City. So I was a little bit off. But I was like, I was just kind of expecting everything to be. I guess I was expecting a little bit more offense than what it turned out to be, even though the fourth. When I say more offense, I mean offense between both teams. Well, guys, I think that does about my thoughts for the Super Bowl. I thought, like I said, it was a very good game between San Francisco and Kansas City. Even though it's Kansas City won, and you got to feel happy about Andy Reid. And then it was their first Super Bowl appearance in over 50 years. And the final score again was Kansas City 31, San Francisco 20. And then, so I thought this was a very well played game, right? Anyway, guys, I hope you liked my thoughts on Super Bowl 54. And don't worry, guys, more YouTube videos are coming. Right? More YouTube videos are coming. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry I took that 12-day break. I hope you guys kind of forgive me. Anyway, this is Ghost Jake signing out. Have a wonderful day and night, depending where you are in the world. I shall see you guys later. Bye.